Sairam, just to recollect where we were last week, Swami is talking to us about various types of gurus, and he's impressing on us that the real guru is someone who will be able to give us that experience, who himself or herself would have had experience, and will be able to grant us that experience. Will not be someone who is just study texts or has verbal ability to communicate in various ways and so on. So I think there's much more to discuss, I guess, from the passages which we read. So I will ask Sister Kalyani will continue.
There are lakhs and lakhs of persons who are gurus in name only. All those in Garua, ochre, are now gurus. Even those who smoke ganja, drug like marijuana, are gurus. All those who indulge in discourses are gurus. All who write books are gurus. Wandering over the country and learning to argue, no one can claim the name. He should possess the power through direct experience to uplift the disciple and put him on the track of sadhana prescribed by the Shastras. Of what use is argumentative skill? Whatever is said and done by him must have the sanction of the Shastras. Spouting of things imbibed from books in long speeches which move the listeners from one wave of excitement to another does not make a guru. They may be heroes in lecturing, but they are zeros in sadhana and in the mastery of the spiritual field. They can be schoolmasters, but they cannot confer bhakti or point out the way of liberation. These gurus attain only that stage, and the shishyas who resort to them get just that. They have as much value as the books which contain all the matter that they pour forth. Many unwary sadhakas are attracted by the magic words and the verbal gymnastics of such showy gurus. They may be called pandits. They may give lectures, but just because of this, they do not become entitled to grant the boon of jnana. That can be done only by avatars, devamsha sambhutas, and tattvavids, those who have realized the absolute, and jnanis who have attained the samam bonum of spiritual sadhana and tasted the supreme bliss. It is no use claiming a fraction of this or that experience. The experience must be of the full and itself full. Those who know only a fraction will take you up to a certain point and leave you there in the middle region, like Trishanku, who was hung between heaven and earth.
Thanks, Kalyani. So I will just open it for discussion. I think we had discussed a few things last week. So I will ask others to share their thoughts, please.
Brother, there are so many things we have read now, but I'm trying to understand before discussing what is the story of Trishanku. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sister. I think maybe I will ask someone who already knows the story to share rather than me speak. Anyone who wants to share the story of Trishanku?
Yeah, I think I can do that. Sairam.
Sairam, thank you. Please go ahead.
Trishanku was Vishwamitra. the sage guru, you know that name of Vishwamitra. He had this Trishanku as his disciple. Trishanku was very, he was very eager to go to Swargaloka with the body, along with the body he wanted to go. Usually subtle body goes to the other after the death of a person. The body, the physical body lies here. The subtle body goes away. But he wanted to travel and he wanted to reach Swargaloka with his, along with the body, mind and the whole complex. So Vishwamitra promised him, yes, okay, I will take you to that Swargaloka. He promised him, and then as promised, Trishanku was taken to Swargaloka. Indra, the Lord, the king of the Devatas, he was sitting there, and then when he saw him coming with the physical body there, a human being, he said, no, this is not the way how you can come to Swargaloka. Only those who have done the punya, they come here as a sukshma sharira, not with this physical body. So he was driven out. He was pushed out of the Indraloka. So while he was falling, Vishwamitra had promised, that he would definitely take him to Swargaloka. So he was confused, and he was rather his this thing was humiliated. His pride was humiliated. So he with his Shakti, that is all his tapas Shakti, he used it, and then he created a Swarga in between Swargaloka and Bhuloka. That's called Trishanku Swargam. So it's a special Swarga created by Vishwamitra for Trishanku. That's called Trishanku story. I think I have said it in brief. If I have done anything wrong, please correct.
So he never reached the Swargaloka.
No, nobody can reach with this physical body.
Okay.
As human beings, Trishanku was also a king and who did his yaga and tapas, and then he became the Shishya of Vishwamitra. No one can reach that Swargaloka with the body.
Okay, good. Thank you. So the body is not discarded.
But it has to be discarded here. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Auntie.
So what Swami is telling us, we will go somewhere and we will hang in the mid-air, hanging in mid-air, neither being in our where we are living, nor will we get to the place where we go. In Tamil, they will say "rendum kattanile." You are neither here nor there. So I think it's a bit of a warning from Swami that whenever we choose somebody, we should choose right. Otherwise, we have to blame our own choices. I think that's what comes through. I think maybe we will go on if it's okay, because Swami is still continuing to talk about the Guru.
Yeah.
The Guru must study the virtues and qualities of the aspirant who seeks his guidance. He must not be moved or prejudiced by his wealth or position. He must be able to judge the aspirant's heart, his real nature. The Guru must act as the alarm clock to the disciples who are caught in the sleep of Ajnana. If the Guru is a miser and the disciple is a sloth, woe be to both. Thus, Krishna taught Arjuna very clearly the qualifications of both the Guru and the Shishya, their conduct, scholarship, virtues and weaknesses, activities, and characteristics. These valuable gems of advice were addressed not only to Arjuna, but to the whole world. All who seek to become either gurus or shishyas must pay attention to these precious words.
Thank you, Kalyan. So I think it's rather straightforward. I think what Swami has told. If there's anything anyone would like to discuss.
Swami is trying to tell us that not only the guru, the shishya also have to have certain qualities, and the guru must study the qualities of the aspirants. So how, usually, wealthy aspirants go to the guru and offer them lots of virtues, wealth and other things. He must not be moved by all those things. That is the one thing. And if there is a guru, real guru, he must act as an alarm clock to the disciples who are caught in the sleep of Ajnana. His guru's duty is only to remove the Ajnana in the minds of the Shishyas. That is his responsibility. And if the guru is a miser and the disciple is a sloth, both will go to something like it. They are both doomed forever. Saira.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Does anyone else has something to comment on? So, okay, then why don't we move on, I guess, to the...
The natures of the gurus and shishyas of today are in keeping with the low standards of today. In ancient times, a guru could be found only with great difficulty. Thousands of eager seekers searched in the forests for them, for they were so rare and so precious. Now, gurus are available at every street corner by the dozens, but true shishyas are declining in number. Both are deteriorating fast, and each is becoming as the other, suited to the other's level. The gurus have been reduced to the necessity of feeding and fostering shishyas. Not that it is wrong when the shishyas are worthy, but the gurus are afraid of the shishyas deserting them, and so they have to cater to their tastes and fancies. The shishyas claim to be guru putras, sons of gurus, and to be ashramavasis, residents of hermitage, sadhakas, etc. But their lives are untouched by the ashram atmosphere, sadhana, or sadhu qualities. They have not even elementary gratitude to the guru. They mouth slogans like Krishnarpanam, but their acts reveal only Deharpanam, dedication to the body, not to God. Besides, the Shishyas lay down conditions. Their desire for recreation, easy living, and comfort has to be honored by the Guru. The Guru must ensure the happiness of the Shishya without insisting on any sadhana or causing any loss or worry. Moksha must fall like a fruit right into their lap. The Guru should not recommend any rigorous discipline or rule of life. The Guru must respect all the wishes of the Shishya. If he goes against him, the Guru is immediately given up and condemned.
Sairam, thank you very much, Kalyani. So Swami is highlighting the deterioration of gurus and sishyas and also warning us that I think what we should ask ourselves, whether we ourselves are trying to cultivate the qualities a disciple has to, if only we take Swami as our guru. So those are my thoughts. I will open it up for any comment from anyone. Saira.
Sai Ram, Arno.
Yes, Auntie.
Now, this is normally, according to Baba, whatever we have studied, when the right time comes, the disciple will be facing or coming across a good guru. But now, because there are a lot of bogus gurus, the sishyas are sometimes getting cheated too. So this is a very dangerous situation for the spirituality. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Thank you.
Saira, the last second line, the last paragraph, the gurus must respect all the wishes of the shishya. Can somebody or brother, can you elaborate on that?
That Swami explained the people, like ordinary people like these days, how they are. It's not like Swami wanted to be them like that, but like the people are like, this is the way they behave. And they just wanted to be not really spiritual. They just wanted to have their own wishes to become true like that. They thought those gurus would help them for that. So that's the wrong way of the direction now these days, the gurus and the shishyas. That didn't lead them to the liberation of Atmic life or whatever. Saram, I think.
Thank you very much, brother. Yes, Brother Dasan.
Yes, so Sairam, so because of nowadays, Guru and Sishyas is like a club because they don't understand what is the spiritual. They wanted to raise money and keep the numbers good. So they, even if they make mistakes, they allow them to do the mistakes because if they want them, they will leave from the group. That is the meaning. That is my understanding too. Guru mean we have to understand what's the meaning of the guru. Guru mean it's remove the darkness. GU is dark, RU mean remove. Nowadays it's like a business. They wanted to show up on that YouTube. Some ladies asking questions, then they laugh, then they give the answers. But nobody is trying to explain what is the reality. Even if you go through so many videos, they just killing the time only. They are not making the people also not willing to learn. So it's all mainly the money making. So they are allowing that followers, even if they make mistakes, because the guru also make mistakes. So that is the reason it doesn't go anywhere. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much. Sairam, Sister Vijaya, please.
Sairam, thank you, Brother Dasan, and thank you everyone for this explanations. When I see the word guru, I just think I'm a Sai Bhakta. I don't care about other gurus. Right? I think of what's happening in the Sai organization. I think about what's happening with me. And am I a suitable shishya? That's the question I ask when I'm reading this. Am I worthy to have Swami as my guru? And how many times when earlier on in my journey, I pleaded for Swami to change my situation. And then only later, he himself called me to Prashanti and he said, chant the name of God. I couldn't understand it, but I had a terrible headache at that time. And the only way, person on my right, I thought, my thinking was I need to get water. The headache is so terrible. We were waiting for Swami to come. And the person on the right gave me a little bit of water. I said, you want water? nobody knew I had a headache. I didn't tell anybody, but I had a thought and immediately it translated to the action. So I drank a little bit of the water. It was an auntie that I knew. And then I thought the headache didn't go. So I'm thinking logically, oh, now I need some sweet, some candy, maybe some low blood sugar. And then the same lady said, oh, I have some sweet also. Can I give you some sweet? I took that sweet. And then I said, the headache didn't go. What is this? And then I said, maybe there's no air here. I need air. I was really panicking. I think I need air. And suddenly the lady on the other side said, and was starting to use her fan. And I'm like, I'm getting a bit of air. And so it went on for a couple of times. Another was I think I need a massage. And suddenly I felt the hands on my shoulders. And I'm saying the thought was converted into an action. And then it occurred to me after several minutes, this is not what I need in the world. What Swami has said, go into Namasmarana. And when I started the Namasmarana, the flute music came and Swami walked in, and a few minutes later, my headache disappeared. And so the guru, the right guru, I mean, Swami is our right guru, will teach us in ways that, you cannot pay for that kind of experience. How do you know how to do Namasmarana? Sai Ram, thank you.
Thank you very much, sister. Thank you. Any other comments from
It's
anyone?
just, yeah, it's just, that's what I was thinking, that those who have identified Swami as our Sadguru, as a Shishya, disciple, don't we negotiate with him all the time that if you do this, I'll do this, I'll fulfill my worldly desires and kind of deviate from the spiritual path. So thank you, Auntie, for kind of throwing that light that those who have identified Swami as Sadguru, are we a good Shishya? Are we not negotiating with him from time to time? So,
Sai Ram, sister.
Sai Ram,
Yes, Auntie.
the last paragraph, what Swami means here is, instead of Guru laying conditions for the Shishyas to follow, now it is reverse. Shishyas are laying conditions for the Guru. And they want their desires to be fulfilled. And they all want comfort. And they want their Guru to honor them. So these are the things which are happening now. That's what Swami is insisting, that it is the fault of all the Shishyas whom they call themselves as Shishyas to expect that, moksha should come to them right away as soon as they reach the Guru. So, and if the Gurus recommend some discipline, they are not ready to follow them. So that is why that's the condition of the present day Shishya's relationship with the Guru. Sai Ram, I think.
Sai Ram, Auntie, thank you. I think in the Telugu, there are a little more stated in the Telugu Vahini, I saw, but I don't think it's all of it is translated. Brother Yoga Kumaran, you have something to say?
Yes, we are lucky that God becomes a guru for us. And also in the back home, there's a gurus or the disciples start a organization under guru's names. Not a guru start his mission kind of thing. That's why nowadays gurus in the back home, we have a gurus, we see the Kadechami, Yoga Swami. We saw them, they walk around by themselves. They never go around behind the Sishas or looking for Sishas. So that's the difference, because the people are looking for Sishas, that's not a good real guru. Sayan, thank you.
Sai Ram, brother, thank you.
Arun, you want me to read that paragraph there? in
Yes,
Telugu.
Auntie. Yeah, I mean, it's at least page 78, I think, maybe. I don't know. Anyway,
78,
yes,
yeah.
77.
గురువు శిష్యుని అనుసరించి శిష్యుని చూచి భయపడవలసిన వచ్చుచున్నది. There is a time has come for the guru to be afraid of the shishya. మాటలకు గురుపుత్రులమని అందరు. They say that they are guruputras. And ఆశ్రమ వాసము చేయుచున్నామనియు మేము సాధక బృందమునకు చేరిన వారమనియు బూటకు మాటలు చెప్పుదురు. That's what he is, they all say that they belong to ashrama, they are ashrama vasis and they are following the guru's conditions. But actually సాధుత్వము కానీ ఆశ్రమ లక్ష్యములు కానీ గురు కృతజ్ఞత కానీ వారిలో ఎంత వెతికినను కనిపించవు. You can't find any kind of gratitude from the shishyas. They say Krishnarpanam, but they are doing Deharpanam. They want all the comforts of their body desires. ఇంతేగాక కొన్ని నవీన పద్ధతులు బయలుదేరినవి. న్యూ కండిషన్స్ have come up. నిబంధనలను శిష్యుడే నియమించవలను. Shishya lay down the condition. That's what Swami has written here. ఈ అధికారము శిష్యునికి ఉండవలెను. శిష్యుని కామవాంఛ విలాసలకు లౌకిక విహారాలకు వినోదాలకు గురువు ఏ విధమైన ఆటంకములు చెప్పకూడదు. He cannot say any, Guru cannot object to their way of life, like going for their own recreation and whatever they want to do. He cannot say anything. ఇది మొదట శిక్ష. That is the first rule. Second rule is శిష్యుని ఒళ్ళు కదలకుండా సాధనలు సల్పకుండా శ్రమ పడకుండా నయా పైసా ఖర్చు కాకుండా గురువు బోధించవలను. So Shishya expects to no sadhanas. Sadhana, I cannot strain myself to do any sadhana. That's what he says to the Guru. మోక్షమును ఓడిలో ఉడ్డి పట్టునట్లు చేయవలను. That's what moksha should fall into their lap. కఠిన సాధనములు కానీ నిబంధనలు కానీ గురువు చెప్పకూడదు. Guru is not supposed to say anything to them, any sadhana methods to the shishya. శిష్యుని ఇష్టము అనుసరించి గురువు మెలుగవలను. So the whole paragraph Swami is saying, the present day Guru Shishya relationship, it is just like this. Shishya rules over the Guru, not the Guru taking any steps to correct them. Am I correct, Arun?
Yes, Auntie. Yeah.
That's
I
what
think Swami, noka naya paisa kharchu kono. They don't know to spend anything also, not effort, no money,
Yeah.
nothing. And they want,
moksha.
Sai Ram Aruno,
Yes,
our Bhagavan has taught us so many things for us to follow. But many of us, we give some excuse. For an example, he has said, if anyone is holding any position in the Sai organization, they should be vegetarian. But many, they gave health reason and they were overriding Baba's rule. So it is, even though Baba is such a Satguru, such a Paramatma, we are there to disobey him. We don't take every word of his as a gospel truth and practice. We have to change ourselves. We have been blessed to have him as our Sadguru. It is our duty to practice every word he has uttered to us. Thank you. Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Auntie. Thank you.
Sai Ram, brother. May I ask you a question? This is just I try to understand from the Shishya's point of view, the current Shishya point of view. What is meant by Guru Putras? What is the relationship they're talking about here? In current world, like how they nowadays they behave differently. But what is this relationship trying to tell us?
Thank you.
Someone called Madison, like after me, he's the one in charge for this, like that, bring their own. Sarah. That's how I believe so.
Okay. Anyone else would like to comment?
Once they receive Guru Diksha from a Guru, they think that, they are putras and the Guru is their father. That's the relation they want to have it. They call themselves as Guru Putras because they have taken Diksha from him and he is everything to them. He is the Mata, Pita, Guru, Daivam, everything he is to them. So they claim themselves to be Guru Putras. I think I have understood like this. Saira.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Anyone else has something to say?
And then, the Shishyas who go to a same Guru, they call them as Guru Bhai.
Yeah, exactly.
Guru Bhai and Guru Behan. If she's a lady, then they both of them go to same Guru, they are brothers and sisters. That's how they call themselves and claim themselves rather. Saira.
Thank you very much, Auntie. Thank you very much. Yes, Brother Dasan.
Yes, okay, Sairam brother. I like to talk based on Sai organization. So Swami taught us the whole everything path to achieve the self-realization. That is the reason Baba's Swami's organization, we celebrate the Guru Purnima days. So we all know what is Guru and what is the purpose we say the Purnima days, because that the moon is bright and that is the way our Guru also. Only the Guru can give the wisdom. That is only here we read it somewhere. Is only avatar can give the wisdom, final wisdom. So he is the Guru. So some people, even though we believe Swami, sometimes we run around, just we go to some other places because we think, okay, today we are celebrating, okay, today we are praying Lord Swami, and tomorrow we wanted to something, okay, better to go to Shiva temple or better to go here. They run around or stick with one Guru. So we cannot change the Guru. That also we study. So once we understand that one, we can achieve our goal. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you.
Sairam.
Sairam Sai.
Yeah. So just looking at the Guru Putras, usually from the way it is told in generally in terms of inheritance of property, if you look at the worldly way, of course, now society has changed the norms, but in terms of the worldly thing, it would go from the father to son and so on. So likewise, in the spiritual realm, when they make a claim that they are Guru Putras, it is more of a claim that I have knowledge or I have gathered that kind of a wisdom that my Guru has given, laying claim to that kind of a thing. Or in terms of saying ashrama nivasis, where we are part of this ashram environment, so we have experienced that kind of virtuous living. These are the claims that they lay, or they basically lay such claims, but what they do is not in consonance with what is said, more in terms of alignment of the thought, word, and deed. It is more about saying one thing but being another thing. They may be staying inside an ashram environment, but has the ashram in them? Do they show the virtues that need to be reflected while staying in such an environment? Have they truly laid, or have they even understood the basic alphabets of what spiritual knowledge or wisdom is, rather than laying claims that they are Guru Putras and have that kind of a thing? And that's how Swami is telling the trend in which the disciples lay conditions for the Guru instead of it being the other way, and how the current gurus go with that kind of a thing and not finding a true guru and a true disciple in that context. Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Sai Satyesh. Any other thoughts, please? So I think I think topic is pretty straightforward. So everyone has covered all the points, I guess, to the extent possible for now.
Does
Yes.
it mean there's no successor for the next like that? Because in Swami, whether he's in physical form or not, he's our Sadguru. Is that the meaning for in a physical world? People will have a successor, like, after this person, this. But Swami is always omnipresent. He's whether in physical form or not. After I'm listening from everybody, I'm thinking like this. Maybe that's what.
Okay.
Thank you, Sarah.
Sai Ram, sister. I think everyone sort of covered the point, but anyway, I will just try to summarize what I understood from everyone's sharing. Guru Putras means you are the children, I would say, though Putra seems to be a masculine word. Generally, in plural, where there are daughters and sons, the Putras word is used. So you are basically, I will use the word children. Guru Putras means the children of Guru. Okay, so if we are the children of Guru, everyone has equal share, or we can share. So we should have brotherly love. So I think it also means how do you earn that? Laying claim is one. Second one is you need to become eligible. You need to live up to that term knowledge also. If I say I am so and so's child, then Swami expects that person should live up to that name, so that you just claiming it does not help. Your actions and behavior and life should reflect that, and I think that's what I understand. And I think it's a warning for everyone else also, because even within an organization, in the absence of Swami's physical presence, there are others, there are people who sort of think that they are going to guide everyone. So when they take up a role, senior disciples, if you want to put it that way, then others have to find whether, do we want to associate with these people? Are they exhibiting the qualities of the Guru? I think, so that's why even though we have taken Swami as our Guru, some of these concepts are important to us also. How do we associate with people? Do we, listen to whatever they have to say and follow in our lives? All that also, I think, is important for us to consider. And I think that's what I would say. And you can see, and one of the things Swami said is, today some new paddhatul have come. Swami says, people are trying to change, sometimes what the Guru taught. You are introducing new interpretations, new ideas. That Swami is, I think, the previous chapter. So such things happen. And so, we need to know what are we going to do, what are we going to practice, what is the sadhana we are going to practice. Are we going to practice what the Guru taught, or what others are telling us should be the new norms? Things like that also come into being. So I think Guru Putras means we need to be like the Guru. We need to become like the Guru. It's a child of a parent has to become like the parent, not in terms of taking, I have, whatever I say is right type of thing, but imbibe all the qualities and all the teachings which the Guru has given. That's what I would say. I hope I didn't further confuse you, but that's my thought. I think that one of the points you raised was is somebody the hair, who takes. I think every child is equal claimant on the property of the Sai Sathya, should say. So that means we, anyone, we can pass on whatever we have learned in good faith to the, and we have to live our lives true to the teachings of the, our parent. And I would say that there's no single person who is, who has all the rights. I don't know whether I made some sense. So I think if everyone's, and I think another point I think Swami made, he said we say everything we are offering to the Lord, Krishna Harpanam. But Swami says what the acts reveal that it's all they Harpanam about themselves. They think we are offering to, we think of ourselves. I think that's something which we all can keep in mind, I guess. And Swami has also said they have not even elementary gratitude to the Guru. I think we need to understand what is elementary gratitude. How do we, show that gratitude to the Lord? One thing is to say, we are grateful to Swami, but how do we show it in our lives? And that we have gratitude. So those are some points I thought, maybe we can discuss if we want, otherwise we can move on.
Sai Ram Aruno, thank you for that explanation. That is very much needed to all of us. Thank you.
Sai Ram Aunty.
Sai Ramana, just adding to what you had mentioned, just recollected an incident wherein one of the discourses, Swami was praising a student there, and this student was known to be notorious, very mischievous and hostile and so on. And so Swami is going on praising, and then everybody is looking at the student during the discourse, and he is actually putting his head down. He knows what Swami is saying and what his thing is not in consonance, because Swami is praising him very, very much in the discourse. And then once the discourse is over, this boy is very moved. Actually, he's very deeply touched with what Swami has said, and he also knows what it is. So he runs up to Swami and he says, "Swami, I am extremely sorry. Please pardon me. I have not. Means like all that you have said is not what I truly am." And then Swami says, when I told that you are this way and so on, I want you to be like that. So I think for many of us, with the thing of like when we say Sai devotee and bear that name of Sai along with our thing, I think it's a lot of responsibility comes onto us in terms of how much are we doing justice to that kind of association that we have with Bhagawan. So just food for thought. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. Thank you. Yes, Sister Vijaya.
Thank you, Brother Sai. That's a good food for thought. How much are we putting in? I was struck by your brother Aruno. What is the elementary gratitude to Swami? I don't think I have even elementary gratitude. I may say Brahmapanam, but it's actually Deha Aparanam. And that is a very, it says, okay, I want to eat something. Okay, I'm going to say Brahmapanam. It's, how do I know? I'm really grateful to Swami. If I don't have the bhava, and I may have a bhava for a few seconds, does that mean that I am showing gratitude to Baba? Because it's, oh, when I put food aside and say, Swami, this is for you. I think what Swami wants is the bhava, is the feeling of that gratitude. But I don't have the strength to maintain it, because I get so bombarded. I'm using I get so bombarded with the world and distracted with the world. Oh, I have to do this and this. How, if I don't do my sadhana that Swami has prescribed, I cannot bring him to mind. Whatever I'm doing, he said, you should talk to Swami, I'm here with you. And if I don't do the regular sadhanas, I don't remember Swami. So I like that sentence you have said. I don't even have elementary gratitude to the Guru. Sai Ram, thank you.
Sai Ram, sister, thank you very much. Yes, Brother Tasam.
Yeah, so Sai Ram, brother, we like to gratitude to our Guru because he gave the discrimination power. Then we learn how to surrender everything because we know the self-realization we can achieve from the bhakti, yoga, so many ways, but the easiest way to surrender everything to the Guru's feet. So, and we were participating in the study circle because of his teaching. We can see a lot of changes on us. Our discrimination power is moved up, and we learn so many things, and we can see our life is Swami's message. So we can see so many changes in our life, and we don't get anger. If we see those kind of qualities, then you have gratitude to our Guru. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram, Brother Tasam. So if there is no other thought, maybe we all can ask every day whether we have expressed our gratitude to Swami. That's something which will keep us in the right path, hopefully, and bring us closer to Swami also. So if there's nothing else, we can move on if everyone is fine.
Uncle, can you also just explain a bit more about how can we show gratitude to the Guru? Like, is it by practicing the teachings, or by always being happy, or just wondering.
Yeah. See, I think there is no limit to expressing gratitude. And but I think element remains even a little bit of gratitude. I think you have already pointed out. If we have learned something from Swami, putting it into practice or attempting our best to put it into practice, the basic level of gratitude. I think we should be thanking for everything in our life, God. In every moment, actually, we should be grateful. If you're alive for a moment, if you're able to breathe, we should thank. So I think there's no end to the extent of gratitude we can express. So that's why we had to start somewhere. Sometimes a day goes by and we have not thought or we have not thanked. And that's why prayers at least twice a day we thank. We sit down in front in front of a photo of image of Swami and we can thank. That's basic, how often do we remember with gratitude the Lord is the most important thing. And in my view, if we have full gratitude, means we will continuously remember him. Anything which happens, we'll remember him. With gratitude, we thank the Lord. Oh Lord, I had a good meal, thanks you. I was able to drink something, thanks. I'm able to breathe, thanks. I just go out and look at a tree. I say, thank you, Lord, you have put a nice tree in front of in my path. So there's so much to be grateful for in life. That's why it's limitless. But once in a while, we have to check ourselves. I think, are we expressing gratitude for even the littlest of things which God has granted us, which are precious? That's why there's no one way we can express gratitude, but it's a state of mind. I'm reminded, Swami talks about Shraddham, when the parents pass away, Swami says, you have elaborate puja, bring the priest and do everything, spend a lot of money, invite people, feed, all that is good. But Swami says that may not be gratitude. He says the real gratitude is if you can shed a tear of joy thinking of your parent, what they have done for you, and with your full heart, think of, remember, and experience in your body, and shed a drop of tear. That's the best shraddham you can do. Then after that, you will think, I should lead my life in such a way that my parents will be proud of. Okay, so we should, I think, so there's no limit. So I just shared what I think is, I don't know, good enough. I will ask others to share their thoughts, please. Saira.
Sairam, not only for the good things that we get from Swami, only things, even the otherwise also, he has given us an opportunity to think of him. Sometimes we face so many difficulties. Even then, okay, welcome that. Gratitude to Swami. Swami, you have given me a chance to think of you. And you are showing me another way also to how to get over that difficulties. So, Saira, thank you.
Thank you very much, Auntie. As Auntie has pointed out, even what we consider bad also is actually good. So, Saira. Thank you, Auntie. If everyone is okay, shall we proceed or?
Chapter 11. How can such coddled, comfort-loving persons attain moksha? If a guru is not able to secure such disciples, why should he deplore his fate? It is strange that there are gurus who lament when they are not able to attract such disciples towards them. Opium eaters, ganja smokers are unfit to be gurus. They are cheats. How can those who spend all their energies in securing the wherewithal for their living be gurus? How can those who seek to fulfill their sensual fancies be disciples? These are dhana mani gurus. Those are mada, pride disciples. To consider such as gurus and shishyas is to drag those holy names into the dust of disgrace. Who then is a genuine guru? It is he who teaches the path of destroying moha or delusion. And who is the genuine shishya or disciple? It is he who seeks to control and conquer the outward fleeing mind. The gurus of today shout every day from platforms what they have stuffed into their heads the previous day under the midnight lamp. Their performance is only like regurgitating the food once swallowed and nothing more. They talk like parrots, reproducing what they have learned by rote. Even children know that greed and anger have to be mastered. But in these people, greed and anger, envy and hatred, lust and pride pop up their devilish heads through every little word that they utter, every little deed that they do. If those who claim to be gurus do not themselves master these propensities, how can the unfortunate disciples who resort to them succeed?
Thank you, Kalyani. So I'll just open it up for comments. Swami has, amply made it clear how a Sishya should evaluate the Guru, how the Sishya should evaluate themselves. I think that's the best way for us to. So I will stop here and I will ask anyone who'd like to share any thoughts, please. Yes, Sister Vijaya, please go ahead.
This is very interesting what Swami is saying. When I look at it and I say, the question, of course, is, am I a genuine Swami Shishya or disciple. Only Swami can choose his devotees, right? So I cannot say I'm a Sai devotee. I don't know. Swami, I don't know, but I know he's there from the day one, to guide and to mold and to go through horrific examples and experiences in my life, which turn out to be a blessing, right? So when I read this, what Sister Kalyani just said, it's like conquer the outward fleeing mind. It is he who seeks to control and conquer the outward fleeing mind. So what is in Swami that teachings that, I can apply to myself to quieten my mind? Everything he says has got a meaning. It's my maturity is not there to understand all his meanings, which is why listening to the Vahini satsangs and coming here for the satsang, and it has to pertain to not other people, other gurus. I know he wrote that, but I think subtly he's also pointing, hey, are you controlling your mind? What are you doing about it? I'm your guru, and what are you doing? Are you paying attention to my teachings and how you're doing it? Sairam, thank you so much. Thank you so much for this. It's very deep.
Thank you very much, Sister Vijaya. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? I think the most, as Sister Vijaya has pointed out, I think the most pertinent question is to ask ourselves, are we becoming worthy students, worthy disciples of Swami?
Sairam, brother. Here I like that one who seeks to control and conquer the outward feeling mind, because our senses always wants to go out, enjoy the worldly things. But we talked about before too, our mind is the master of the five senses. The reason without the mind, that five senses cannot do nothing. For an example, if you are talking something about the spiritual matters in person, I am looking at your face, but you might think I'm listening to you, but my mind is gone somewhere, maybe different country. So that means my senses are looking at you, but the mind is controlling. So mind took me a different country, but I am not listening because mind is the master. So when you control the mind, the senses will obey to the mind. Then easily you can control everything. That's a meaning, I think, conquer the outward feeling mind. Thank you, Saira.
Sairam, brother, Sairam. Anyone else who would like to share anything? I think maybe, see, Swami has always talked about Dhana Guru and Mother disciples, Mother Shishyas. Anyone who is trying to charge money for teaching spirituality is the most unworthy of person to get anything of spiritual nature, because the person has more faith in the money than the spirituality or God. I think this is something which Swami has always spoken about. And I think we also should not have pride ourselves, that, we have the best guru. Swami is the Purna avatar and we are his devotees. But sometimes we, just with the thought, we lead our lives without really making effort to, I think, as what Swami previously said, if you're a Guru Putra, we need to, work towards it. So I think, because otherwise, to drag the holy names into dust of disgrace, as Swami says. It takes a lot from us, I guess, to measure up. So if everyone is okay, we'll move on, I guess. I think we got the salient points from this. We can continue to discuss, but I think we have taken away what we have to do. And anyone? Yes, Auntie.
Can we talk about a devotee and a disciple? Lots of differences between a devotee and a disciple. Can we just can you elaborate about that thing? Those who call ourselves, we call ourselves as devotees. Are we really disciples of Swami? That question also comes, So we can claim ourselves to be a great devotees of Swami, but are we really his disciples? Yeah. Can you
I think a very good question, Auntie. Swami has still not started talking about devotees. I think it's coming down in the next few chapters. I think the first step would be at least to agree to learn from Swami. I think the devotee is, my understanding is at a much higher level than a disciple, where a devotee is completely surrendered to the Lord. It's even a disciple also surrenders, at least for learning purposes. But I think we have to learn and practice before we can become a devotee. Is my understanding. So I will stop here. I will ask others to share their thoughts.
You have elevated the position of a devotee much higher than what I thought myself to be.
Because the way I understand this, Krishna is talking about this, and we are in chapter 4 of Geetha. He gets to a devotee after chapter 12.
Yeah.
If we cannot measure up to be a good disciple, we can never measure up to be a good devotee.
Yeah.
It's the way I understand. That qualification is a much higher level.
All the discussion about Guru and Shishya came because of this 34th sloka. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshante gnanam dhyanina tattvadarshina. That from there, Swami has given an elaborate description about a real Guru.
Yes. Does anyone have something to say? If not, shall we? Yes, Kalyani.
No, I was just going to read the next.
Please read them.
Oh, brother,
Yes.
before that, can I ask you something? But I think I don't want to dwell on it, but I'm not clear with that because, I was asking the question about the relationship of nowadays, Sishyas are claimed son of gurus, right? So nowadays, that is not the right way of saying it. That's what, according to this paragraph, says now the Shishyas are now claiming that they are son of gurus, right? That is right? No.
Oh, that is right. But Swami wants us to live also like that. See, so if Swami always gives the example of Christ, Jesus said, I am the messenger of God. Then he is claimed that I am the son of God. I think if we go back to Sandhe Nivarni, Swami says the king is there, you become the child of the son when you enter the palace. Then you climb, you grow up to be the person who is the heir to the king, and things like that. So the thing is, yes, if you are disciple saying one, that is one level. Without getting there, we cannot become the son or the child. But Swami is basically, I think what he is saying is, you are calling yourself a child, but you are not behaving. Your lifestyle, your activities and thought, word and deed are not in line with that. Nothing wrong with it. We should not be claiming prematurely. If we are claiming, then we should try to live up to that. I think that's what I understand. He said nothing wrong with it. Everyone is a child of God.
Okay, good.
Amrita, so as Swami always quotes, Shrinvant Vishve Amritasya Putra, like that, He says, you are all children of immortality. And that is the qualification of human beings. And we have to live up to that qualification is something which Swami has time and again spoken. So calling ourselves is good. At least it's a starting point. But that doesn't mean that we should not try to live up to that.
Okay.
That's what I understand. Okay, I hope that clarifies.
Yes, good. Thank you so much.
Manianti Sariya means others can also chime in.
Yeah. That's correct.
Sai. Okay, then we'll go on, Kalyani. Thank you.
If the Guru is supremely self-sacrificing, saturated with selfless Sarva Jana Samana, sympathy based on equal treatment to all, seeking to sustain Satya, his soul suffused with strength-giving thoughts, striving to secure sorrowless lives for all, leading a sweet and simple life, satisfied only by the chance to show others Sanmarga, noble path, and Satguna, noble qualities, then perhaps only a few disciples will gather around him. They will impose upon him faults that sully him and cast doubts upon his integrity and genuineness. But the Guru will be as serene as ever, for he suffers no loss. The loss is all for the Shishyas who let go the great chance. Of one thing be certain, so long as the delusion that one is the body is not cast aside, God cannot be realized. However far one may wander, whatever the number of gurus one might select and serve, stick to that delusion and all the dhyana, all the japam, all the waters of all the holy tirthams that you bathe in cannot win success for you. All your effort is as useless as trying to bail out water with the vessel riddled with leaks.
Thank you very much, Kalyani. So Swami, is giving us very, very clear instructions of how we should be as good Sishyas. And what a guru also, should be, how do we know that a person can help us? Those are two things. I will stop here. I will ask others to share your thoughts, please. Say, just to continue on this Guru Putra concept. See, Swami has described the qualities of the Guru. So that means those are qualities which everyone who calls himself the child of that Guru has to cultivate or attempt to cultivate or grow. I think that's something which we can take away, I think. Any other thoughts from anyone, please?
The last sentence in the first paragraph that Kalyani read, but the Guru will be as serene as ever, for he suffers no loss. The loss is all for the Shishyas who let go the great chance. This is what we have to always think, because there are a lot of times we slip. We are not perfect. That's why we have to be very, very careful. If we let go the great chance that Baba gave us, then that was the end of our soul's journey. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much.
Sai Ram, a thought is coming to my mind.
Yes.
Some of the qualities, I won't say all, but Swami has said parents are their first guru. So it looks like as a parent, if we really want to call ourselves a guru of our kids, or to live this life, to live to that level that, the kids can really see us, not as a guru of spiritual guru, but as a first guru to teach them the right thing, to talk to them, how to talk, how to walk, how to behave. So I'm just thinking as a mother, it's a big responsibility if I am the first guru of my child. It's so important for me to abide by some of the qualities Swami has laid down.
Thank you very much, sisters. Thank you. We can go through every quality of self-sacrifice, selfless love for everyone, seeking to sustain Satya.
Yeah.
We should always have thoughts, strength-giving thoughts. We should strive for sorrowless life for all. I think before that, then we'll have to have our own lives should be sorrowless.
Yes.
Otherwise, we can't help others. Sweet and simple life. We should be just satisfied by showing others the Sanmarga. Nothing else should give us satisfaction. And Sadguna, so all the noble qualities. I think these are things which we can, keep the goals to work towards, I think, day in and day out.
Big responsibility.
Then we can call ourselves Guru Putras. Yes, Brother Thasan.
So, brother, I like the middle sentence. So, for long as the delusions that one is the body is not cast aside. So, if we have the body consciousness, then whatever you do, dhyana, japam, and everything is going to be wasted. So, only if you find the guru, proper guru, that means avatar, he is the only one can remove the delusions. Even the parents, they can teach the basic for the kids only. They cannot teach the body consciousness and that and the spiritually real how to remove the delusions. That only avatar of the guru can do that. That is my understanding. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam, brother. As soon as your body consciousness goes, there won't be anyone to call you children.
No, the reason, brother, most of the people don't understand about the body consciousness. So, just for an example, if we lose the phone, we are asking, okay, from 5 people, is it your phone? Is it your phone? Is it your phone? Only one person going to answer, yeah, this is my phone. That means the phone is different, mine is different. So same thing, even my body, that means we are coming back to the phone and my phone. So body also same thing. This is my body. So body is different. I am different. So this kind of understanding, experience, you can get it from the real guru. That's avatar. That is my understanding, brother. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. The Thasan, you have now caused a lot of confusion for everyone. Everyone is going to look at their body and ask, whose body is this? But thank you. Anyone else would like to share any thoughts?
Saramana.
Yes.
So, yeah, so I was just saying, like initially when a child is born and then they grow in the first few years, when they take their first steps, every time they look back at the mother and run back to the mother. But slowly, as the child keeps growing, they become, in their mind, they feel they are very independent. That kind of looking back at the mother or coming back to the mother slowly goes away, and they go like more and more into the activities kind thing, like the story that Leo Tolstoy says, where there's a czar and he gives this person that you can run or walk across this entire land, and by evening you come back, and how much ever land you have covered, that you can keep. And so this person starts running. He keeps running midday, and then he realizes when it is a little into the setting sun time, sunset, that he has to go back. Only then he can claim the whole land that he has tread upon. So he starts running, and by the time he reaches the Tsar, of course, he passes out or passes away. So I was just thinking many times in the way like we lead, or I lead my life, I keep running into those kind of activities and so caught up in activities, so that coming back to the source or looking back to the mother or being in the gaze of the guru, that part is lost in the activities thing. So if you're in the constant remembrance of looking to Swami, implementing his teachings in day-to-day life, and enshrining that part, that Guru Putras thing, means as so long we maintain that connect, whether we call it a physical gaze or a mental gaze or a spiritual alignment, if that always looking at Bhagawan always in the daily activities happens, and that helps to stay in tune with our daily activities. We finish, but we know that we have to come back and stay focused on Bhagawan or stay focused on our inner self. That kind of a thing, which can help us be that Guru Putras or really feel that thing of connect with the mother or the divine parent. Sairam.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. While you were narrating, I'm reminded of the story of Subramanya and Ganesha, who were competing for the fruits. Subramanya or Kartikeya took off on the peacock and went round the world. But Ganesha just went round the parents, or Shiva and Parvati. So we always go to any place and we circumambulate. We go around. Pradakshanam, we say. As you are saying, wherever we go, we should make sure that the center of our journey should be always the Lord, not too far. That's what Ganesha did. He just went round them. He was just close to them, and then he fell at their feet. Which is what you were saying. If you go far, it's very difficult to come back and fall at the feet of the Lord. So very nicely put. So I was reminded of that. So I think in whatever we do in our day-to-day, if only we are just keeping the Lord as the center around which we are circumambulating, going around, I think that will keep us close, and it will not take us too far away from the center. Thank you very much.
The word sarva jana samana, does samana just mean equal, or
You can say equal.
it means treating everyone as equal? Is that?
See, treating everyone as equal is a very complicated thought, I would say. Swami has spoken about it. I think they are all same, because if you look past their body,
Right.
if we look at their body, it is never going to be the same. So I think that itself means we should look at the Atman within us and Atman in others. I think in that sense, I think it becomes equal. Otherwise, it's once that is there, then we will treat everyone equally. At the core level in our heart, but you may deal with different people based on the external circumstances, but without forgetting there's an Atman within them, with which actually we have our relationship. I think that's my understanding, but I will ask others to also chime in. Saira.
And the last quality, I'm satisfied only by the chance to show others sanmarga and satguna. Wouldn't someone like this, wouldn't they just always be satisfied, just like thinking of the Lord at all times? Like, do they need to show others a path? Or
I think the key word, Kalyani, is show, not tell.
oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Show means demonstrate, I think.
Demonstration.
Right.
Okay. Sometimes we tell and we think we are showing. No, I think that's a pitfall. I think sometimes we fall into. So show means you have to be that. Swami will say you have to be the street light which sheds light and others will find their way. So I think showing that means we have to demonstrate in our life, and that will be the most eloquent way of communicating to others. I think that's my understanding, but I will ask. Auntie, what does Telugu? Can we just read the Telugu? I wouldn't mind. So that
Yeah.
Yes, Auntie, it's.
One nimisham. Sanmarga Satguna. Where is it?
I think page 80, I think at the top, Auntie.
Correct. Sada Satchintanato Sarvala Kshemamunu Ashinchi. Sarvala Kshemamunu Ashinchi. Sarala Bhavamato Sanmargamunu Sadgunamulanu Bodhinchu Gurulu Dorakina Attivari Dagara Shishulu Alpasankule Cherdru. Yeah. Swami is here, Sada Satchintana. Sarvala Kshemamulanu Ashinchi. Sarvajana Samana is here. It is Swami is in Telugu. It is Sarvala Kshemamanu Ashinchi.
Yeah, so the welfare of all.
Welfare of all. That is a correct translation here. Sarala Bhavamato. Sarala Bhavamato Sanmargamanu Sadgunamulanu. Sanmarga and Sadguna.
Yes.
Bodhinchu Guruvulu Dorakina Attivari Dagara Shishulu. For such people, those who teach all these good things, only a few disciples will be attracted. Not a multitude of people who will come to such gurus, but they are the real gurus who are teaching the values.
Alpasankhulo. Sympathy
based on equal treatment to all. That is, I think, here, Sarvamulu.
Sarala means simple, I think, no? So,
Sarala is simple.
Yeah.
But before that, Sada Satchintanalato Sarvala Kshemamunu.
Yeah. They will be working for the welfare of all, I guess.
Welfare of all. That is what Sarvajana Samana is there. He has written Sarvajana Samana.
So the words Kalyani, the Samana word is not there.
Not Sarvala, welfare of all.
Okay, and then the English where it says his soul is suffused with strength-giving thoughts, that's the Sada Sat Chintana?
Exactly, Sat Chintana, yes.
Yeah, saturated with selfless. Sada.
what does it say for the part about the Sanmarga? Does it say?
Same thing. It's
Same thing, same.
Sarala bhavamato sanmargamunu sadgunamulanu. Same words used.
Oh, so is it saying that, because here it says leading a sweet and simple life?
Auntie, if you go a little further up, Auntie, I think Swami is saying, if you go,
Oh, yeah.
Poni sarva vishayamu landu sampurna
Sampurna tyagamanu kaligi. Sampurna tyagamanu kaligi.
Self-sacrificing, yes.
Ragadveshamalanu chenta cherchaka.
So no attachment or hatred.
Sarvajana samana priyulai.
That's I think that. So Kalyani, that Sarvajana samana priyulai. So it's
Correct.
Priyulai means love, or
you love everyone equally.
Yeah.
So the love is equal.
right.
You show equal love to all.
All.
Okay.
Satya vak poshakulai. Seeking to sustain Satya.
Okay, so what Swami is saying is we should show equal love to all. Or everyone should be equally dear to us. Something else.
Yeah, I think so.
Samana priyulai. I think that's Samana is coming with priyulai.
Ragadveshamalanu chenta cherchaka. Not allowing to come near them. Ragadvesha. Sarvajana samana priyulai.
Satya vak poshakulai. Like we should we should protect the speech, true speech or something like that, speech of truth or something. Sari, Auntie? Satya vak poshakulai.
Seeking to sustain Satya.
Yes, sir.
I feel that's the English translation. Seeking to sustain Satya.
Is it?
Okay, that's the translation. Yes. Sai Satish.
Poshana meaning nourish.
Nourish, yes. That's the way they've used the word sustain, sustenance, provide sustenance. I think it's nourish is a bit, there's another nice word.
Yeah.
Yes, Sister Vijaya.
Swami is describing his qualities. There is no human who can do all this. No, it's our Guru that, if you think of enlightened beings, they may come close. But this is all Swami, and, we have to aspire for that. It's, and Swami has faced so many people have sullied him, imposed their faults on him, cast doubt on his integrity and genuineness. How many times we have read that? And he doesn't care. He just goes on because he doesn't have attachment to body consciousness. I think how he shows is beautifully done, demonstrates for us to see this. So he's not telling us, there are other gurus in there. Only he can. It's an impossible path, but that's what we have to aspire. We have Swami to show us. Sairam, thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes, Brother Dasan.
So Sairam, brother. So we have a sloga: Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sasat Parat Brahma, Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. So that means it's all God, yeah. So we cannot take others as a guru in the spiritual world. That is my understanding, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, brothers. So it's 4:29. I don't know. The time just flew past today so fast. So I think if there's any other thought, we will not continue to read today. Actually, there's enough for us to contemplate and think and evaluate for ourselves whether we are deserving of calling ourselves even a disciple, let alone a devotee.
Okay.
we ourselves, but we should strive really hard to live up. I think with those, we pray to Swami to show us the way and help us along the way. We will close today's session.
Can I
Yes.
make an announcement, please?